Good day, beautiful people, wherever you are in the world. It's a beautiful day today, and I welcome you to the divine truth, where we bring out the truth in any concept. So, today I'm going to speak about a challenge that I had in my life, and the challenge I started to realize it on many celebrities, and it's the pride that feeling that we feel when we meet a celebrity and we feel ignored, or when we post a comment and they don't comment on our post, they don't reply to our post, and then we feel so much depressed and stuff like that. Here's what I want you to understand. Once we start to think of the universe as energy, vibration, and frequency, then we start to realize a lot of things. I've been having a struggle in my journey. I remember I never wanted to accomplish anything because I was so afraid of having pride. Ever since I was young, I grew up wanting to be a healer in the world, wanting to bring people to love, peace, and joy. But at the time, I didn't know anything about peace. So the little that I knew, I wanted to bring people to it so that people may recognize and realize that life is more than, sorry, life is more than what we think it is. So in my journey, I started to be imprisoned in living with apathy, where I always complained about how celebrities live, how people with money live, and I didn't even have hope to become a better version of myself. And throughout the journey, I started to realize some things. I started to realize that apathy and pride comes because we are not grateful for what we have. We fail to accept. We fail to be willing to put ourselves out there. So when one is never grateful, when we never say I'm sorry, when we have never ask and say please, or go to somebody and ask for help, then we give birth to pride. Because basically pride is hiding behind something, hiding our depression, hiding our sickness, hiding our disease, and trying to use what we have, or what we've accomplished, or what we are, to gain freedom. So basically, I started to realize in my journey that it's not only celebrities who are guilty in this, because many celebrities are so much humble and they are willing to make a difference in the world. You will see them in their posts. They will go to primary schools or even schools to go and support many people, to go and do charity work. So this blame is not on celebrities this time, but this blame is on us. We have to take responsibility for what we give out to the world, because nobody asked to be a celebrity, but they just go with their passion. They just want to do what they're passionate about, and being famous becomes some sort of an of a payback of what they do. And it's hard for them to try and tell people that I am normal, take me as normal, when people have already made up their mind. That's why I said that think of life in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. Let me get to that. In my journey, I started to realize something. When you don't appreciate somebody for what they do, when we don't become grateful, because I'm also guilty for this. I always had this mentality of not appreciating somebody when they've done something great, and I started to have jealousy, and then from there pride came in, because pride always follows jealousy. So basically, when we are so much caught up in protecting our identity and not becoming vulnerable, then we end up being caught up and being imprisoned by pride, because pride is a defense mechanism. So I realized in my journey that I wasn't thankful for people when they've done great, because of this idea that I have of them. For example, I have this auntie of mine back at home at my mother's side. Not the one I spoke about in another video of the strength of a woman. That one is on my father's side. But I'm speaking of my auntie on my mother's side. That auntie of mine, she hated me for some reason. I didn't know why. And because of that, even though she's done something great, I would my idea of who she is will actually blind what she's done, and pride come into place. So basically, even if you think you hate somebody or somebody disturbs you, but when they do something great, when we learn to appreciate them, then we heal from the clutches and the traps of pride. And when we learn to say I'm sorry to people, like for example, many parents never say I'm sorry to children because they think that those children will disrespect them, and it is because of that that children end up disrespecting them, and children end up fearing them and seeing them as some sort of role models, and it makes it hard for parents to live their lives freely because they feel like they have some sort of responsibility to carry an image. So this is the prison that many celebrities have been imprisoned in, because they never learn to say I'm sorry or be grateful of just being or just being human. Then they end up imprisoning themselves in this perfect image of themselves. That's why if you can look at something, celebrities who are gospel artists, for example, who are preachers, it's hard for them to live their life freely. They have to watch what they do all the time. Not watch it in a way of love, but watch it in a way of fear of what will people think. So basically, we imprison ourselves in the labels that we give to ourselves. When somebody is saying that I'm a pastor, they imprison themselves to be perfect. That's why recently I started to tell people that don't give me labels. If I healed you, you may call me your doctor, but I'm not your doctor. You may call me all other names, but I am not either of them. And I've made the decision and just started to connect with my inner being and started to align with my soul and told myself that I'm just a beautiful soul that is here to heal the world in any way. I may heal you in singing, I may heal you in speaking, I may heal you in touching, I may heal you in music, I may heal you in art, whatsoever, as long as I can reach it. That's why I always love to explore a lot of things. So when we trap ourselves in labels, then we start to have pride. So basically, in my journey, I started to realize this, that in my job here, I'm still working here. I'm taking care of old people. I'm working at an old age. I'm a caregiver. They call them caregiver or guardian, whatever you may call it. I realized that because I'm a healer by nature, I speak to so many people and so many people heals. And so many of them never tell me on my face. They will try to hide that fact because they don't want to lose their image that they have of themselves. And when they do that, because I remember I used to fall for this trap always. So when they do that, then they will go and tell others of what I've done. So when they tell others, remember I said life is all about energy and frequency and vibration. They give them that vibration of label. Then there's just to say, that guy has done this for me. But the energy that they give away is the energy of a label because that's who they are. And that person, when they've not met me before or when they don't know what I do, when they've never realized that I heal, then they'll start to develop a concept and a label around that energy. Then they will start to think that this guy is some sort of a god or some sort of something. So they will come to you and they will start to do things for you in order to get your attention. And when they do that, if you don't give them attention, for example, people who live in pride, they will come to you and try to either speak about ill about somebody and make themselves better, or either give you something to catch your attention. Then when you are not interested, they'll go around and say this guy is rude, this guy has pride. And when somebody is living in apathy, they will come to you complaining about somebody else, because people in apathy always complains. I have an experience of that, and there's the clutches of the devil actually. So they'll come to you complaining about another person. When you don't entertain that, then they'll call you as rude. So I've had that experience too much lately, ever since I've started to balance my first chakra. So I started to realize that, because I remember I was so much caught up in the energy that people give to me, because that person, when they have that energy of pride, they'll come with it to me. So I would start to see myself having a little bit of pride sometimes, and sometimes I will lose myself in the label that they've given to me. So I will always ask myself, why is this happening to me? Because my nature is with the soul is love, but why am I changing? Why am I doing this when I'm with this person? And why do I feel this way? At first I was unaware of that, then I started to be aware of that. Then as I started to be aware, that's when I started to realize that when people come to me, everybody come with their energy. So if I'm not aware, I will fall for their energy. Then I started to when I started to balance my first chakra. This is a chakra where we close to energies that are outside of the body. Then I started to realize that many of these energies was never mine. So people were giving me energy, were flooding me with energy. And when they were flooding me with energy, then I started to develop this little bit of pride when I meet some other people and develop different spirits. Then I started to realize that celebrities, because they are flooded with too much attention, it's hard to heal that much of attention when one is not present enough. That's why if you can look at my videos now, as time goes on, maybe views may grow, but now there are only 5 views, 3 views, and all of that. I spoke on my other videos on how I almost sold my soul to the devil, where I got about 1 point something K views. Then I deleted all of those videos and then started to make new ones. Then at the time I had pride because I was getting views and people were noticing me for who I am. I remember even in Facebook, I also spoke about Facebook on that video, that I left Facebook because I was famous for things and I was caught up in those mentality of putting others down and speaking ill about others. So I started to realize that it's only because I'm caught up in the energy, I don't know how to heal it. So every single day when I grow, then my success grows with me. So if you see my success, just know that I have grown. And every single day, I just humble myself before everybody else and before the divine and just say that I just want to be the best version of myself, the one that I see myself as, the one who heals everybody, and the one who doesn't have pride, who sees everybody as an equal, because practically we are all one, we are all the same. People are just experienced, they're part of me experiencing different experiences. So with that being said, that's when I started to realize that if we don't learn how to heal energy, then energy will affect us. So many celebrities have so much unhealed energy. That's why they're so much caught up in what they do. That's why they have pride. And I learned that from them, and I started to apply it in my life and started to heal every energy that I meet. That's why when I see views, I think I didn't do the so before. Then I started to heal. Right now, I'm starting to realize it now. I'm starting to realize that I must actually start to see views as people. It's people, it's not views. It's people, it's not likes. It's people who watch my videos. It's people who watch my content. It's people who support my content. And being grateful for that is the most amazing thing I could ever do, but continue to heal them, because the more they recognize me is the more they come for healing. Because I realized that in my better version of myself, in my parallel reality, that I am the healer. I am, everything that comes to me is ready to heal, and it comes with its own energy. If somebody needs healing of anger, they will come with anger. That's how I'm able to know energy. Then I started to realize that every energy is much precious, is much amazing, as long as somebody is in my present. And every time I am healing the energy and I'm becoming the better version of myself. So right now, I'm sending you tons and tons of healing energy wherever you are in the world. And I'm saying that be healed of all those concepts that you had and ideas, all those fears that you had of yourself, as I heal myself also. Till we meet in the next video, I love you guys. Take care of yourself. And I would love to get in touch with you. Comment on my videos, comment on this video below on below, and then I'll come back to you and reply when I can. And have a great day wherever you are. Peace be with you.